Hello everyone. I hope the documentary gave you an overview of what's happening in the key markets of Africa, especially focusing on developers. One person, just to quote one person who said that Africa is the last biggest emerging economies. So if you're looking to invest in Africa, if you're looking to actually expand your business globally and to look for developers or to look for new opportunities, then down south in Africa is where you're looking for. But just going into the documentary, maybe I just start with Marijan. Marijan, how was it shooting this with Al Jazeera? How was the experience with it? What motivated it, and what came out of it?
Thank you for the question. So first of all, hello everyone. Hope you enjoyed the movie. Like for those who joined later, the movie is on the YouTube, so you can find it and you can watch it later. About the question. So I would like to give you like the story behind the documentary. So we started with the project of this community events in Africa 2022. I think we did a couple of events, and it was amazing. Lots of like all of these events were full house. We met amazing startups, innovative developers, and then for 2023 we came with a plan of organizing like to cover as much countries as we can. And of course, we did promoting this event on social media, and that brought attention to lots of press. And Al Jazeera Balkans reached us, Hannah Nanic, a producer and journalist, so she was interested in the project. And then we came with the idea to invite them to join us on one tour. So when we were talking about the concept of this documentary, we wanted to put on the spotlight actually startups and developers. Of course, you can see the story behind of Infobip, how Infobip ended up in African market. But like I said, the idea was to put on the spotlight local developers, local community members. And one fun fact, so I'm involved in Shift like from the beginning. I think this is the first documentary ever played at Shift. And I must, like I mentioned Hannah Nanic, she's not with us. I need to mention also men behind camera, Hussein Emmer. They did a great job. So, yeah.
Awesome, Marijan. And just moving to Dolores, from Estonia. I know your story. You organize very, very big events in Estonia, and now you're looking into having events in Kenya and in other markets in Africa. So what has motivated that? Why are you going there? And just tell us a bit about Latitude.
Thank you. We've been doing Latitude 59 in Estonia for 12 years now. So it is the largest, in a totally biased opinion, but the best tech conference in the Baltics. We have about 3,500 people come together every spring. And we kind of look at it more as a community event, because Estonia's strength is, or has been proved to bring together the tech community, as we are firm believers in community bringing together the talent, the innovators, the whole community is there to build those new solutions and to bring the tech community together, but not only in Estonia or in the new Nordics, but globally. So after doing 12 years of that in Estonia, we saw the need to expand. And we chose Kenya or Nairobi to be the first location of our first satellite event. So we did that last year in December in Nairobi. We had around 700 people together. To be honest, I can tell 100 stories of how difficult it was to do something in a place where you'd never been to. But after having done that once, we realized that there's a need for some sort of community event, the tech community, to bring all of them together. And the response from the local community was amazing. So we decided to do that again, just kind of to emphasize why Kenya. I think we heard all the reasons in the documentary about why Kenya should be the first location. But as we all know, Africa has endless opportunities, and the hunger of young people to tackle those problems is there. So yeah, never know where we go next.
Awesome, Dolores. Let me go back to the audience and see if there's any reactions, any questions, what spark your attention, and any questions to the audience or to the panelists. Yeah. And then we'll take two. So if there's anyone, just raise your hand, and then we'll see you. Go ahead.
We have been to Latitude. I'm fascinated to know what it would be like in Kenya. But what about all the other countries in the African continent that aren't mentioned so much? What's the scene? Why plans to maybe do similar things in those? Because there's a lot more that were not mentioned.
Awesome. Any other question from the audience? Okay. Let me ask Marijan, and then I'll weigh in on that.
Yeah, good question. Thank you. So for this tour, we plan like for these 4 countries, but we also organized events not only in these countries, but Egypt, Morocco, Ivory Coast, South Africa. So yeah, but this was the concept for this tour.
Yeah, awesome. And then it's always an opportunity. So Africa is divided majorly with the major coordinates. That is the north, east, west, and south, and all of them are very different. Yeah, even just the consumer behavior, the developer behavior, even just the low level of literacy and how they consume different applications. It's very different. So if you look at a World Bank report, for instance, for ease of doing business, they rank those countries that we have mentioned as one of the top most. Yeah, but countries like Kenya, you come into Kenya, and then you can move to any other part of the country, so of the continent, and that makes it easier. Maybe Dolores, you can weigh in on that.
So we had that question a lot. Why did you go to Kenya? It keeps on coming up still. It makes sense because Estonia and Kenya can be further away from each other. But I think there are several reasons for it. First of all, I think since Estonia, the collaboration between the public and private sector is super important. This is why we have that tech ecosystem to begin with. So Kenya is one of the kind of the target countries of the Estonian collaboration within Africa. That's one. Then second of all, we had a lot of contacts coming forward who said that, you're doing this amazing thing in Estonia. Please come to Africa and come to Kenya. We'll, help you out with the connections, with whatever you need. And somehow this kind of worked out well. So I'm not saying that we're not going to explore other countries, because this is what we're going to do. We are partnering up with really, really awesome community members. And I don't know, Marijan, is this where you wanna specify what we're doing together in Kenya or not?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you doing at Latitude?
Just throwing you under the bus here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we will join our partners Latitude also in Kenya, 28th November. So we will have like a separate track there. So we'll be happy to support you and to be part of amazing event. Of course, we are supporting you also in Estonia. You are here, so yeah. Happy to build like global community with you.
Yeah. Any last questions? If not, then it has been a pleasure. Looking forward to hosting you in Africa, in Kenya to be specific. And as Shift put it, yeah, you're welcome to Zada for the conference and then stay on. But also in Africa, you're welcome to do business and then stay on for vacation. Thank you so much. And thank you all.